Hey family, okay, today's Adulting 101 has to do with the word fear. False evidence appearing real. So I'm gonna give you 5 things that I need you, yes you, and me, to stop being afraid of, okay? So I'm gonna give you a chance to get some paper, get a piece of paper, get a pen or something, and take some notes. I wanna help somebody today. So ready? Here we go. Thing number 1, stop being afraid to be honest. We get so immersed in the idea that if we're honest with somebody that we're gonna hurt their feelings. Listen, honesty does not equal hurting people's feelings. There is a way to say things. Now I know some people thrive off of hurt people's feelings. We'll talk about those people another day. However, honesty does not mean that you have to hurt someone's feelings. What it really means is people trust you more. And as leaders, you want to make sure that you have a responsibility as a leader to make sure that you tell people the truth because you want to thrust people into their next level of greatness. I say this all the time. There is a way to say things to get your honest point across, but it's not always hurting people's feelings. That's totally unnecessary, okay? Thing number 2. Rejection. Listen, rejection is a part of life, no matter who you are. Stop taking it personal and grow from it. Realize that rejection often saves us from things that may not even be for us. That job you're trying to get, that deal that you're trying to close, right? That relationship that didn't work. It's all a part of life. And it may just mean that we didn't need to be in that space at that time. It is rejection, but if you're knocking on a door and that door is not opening for you, that's not your door. Go find your door. Ready? Thing number 3. This is a big one. Admitting your mistakes. Stop being so afraid to admit your mistakes. So listen, take responsibility for the things that you do that kind of get messed up, right? It's a flaw, it's a mistake. You will make a mistake or 2 or 10 in your lifetime. And people who don't admit their mistakes, they walk around with all this stuff inside of them because they won't admit it. Release and let it go. Admit your mistakes. Stop being afraid to admit it. We all make them. We are human, right? Thing number 4, accepting feedback. Now, we consider feedback as criticism, and I get it because this is a big one. People always say they're being criticized by other people, and oftentimes that is the case. People do offer you constructive criticism. Let's change our mindset though. Let's change our mindset. Getting offered constructive criticism is simply feedback from some people. There is an exception to every rule because I can see somebody going, well, no, this person criticizes me all the time. I get it. I do get it. But see, there's 2 different types of criticism. Ready? Constructive criticism is a type of criticism that you want in your life. Let's call it feedback. Let's call it growth. Let's call it something a little bit more positive. Now, we do get criticized by who we call as our haters, but guess what that does? That causes us to step our game up even more. It's a win-win situation, people, okay? Thing number 5, ready? Stop being afraid to fail. Guess what? Failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of your process. Failure is a part of your growth. Failure is something that will happen no matter what you do. Guess what? When you fail, because you will fail, you can fail forward. You can fail learning. You can fail phenomenally. You can fail and say, guess what? I learned a lesson in that failure. Stop being afraid to fail. If you haven't failed, you haven't tried anything, okay? So let's repeat them all. Being honest, getting rejected, admitting your mistakes, release. Accepting feedback and failure. Stop being afraid of those things, okay? Leaders grow leaders. Adulting 101 with Dr. Lysa Liggins.